Hello everyone, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Guys, Senator Godswill Akpabio is in big trouble. He has landed in a big mess because they are demanding for his immediate resignation over the 2019 election fraud.
Now we'll go to our next story. You know, for the country's number 3 man and Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, this is a period when life becomes more challenging than usual, a time when one faces a sea of troubles. Now, 56 prominent civil society organizations, CSOs we call them, have called on the Senate president to step aside following a Court of Appeal ruling in Calabar that upheld the conviction of Professor Peter Ogban for electoral fraud committed in 2019. That's concerning the Akpabio Northwest senatorial election. The CSOs who insist that the ruling, which questions the legitimacy of Akpabio's mandate, means he, Senator Akpabio, must temporarily step aside. The coming days are interesting ones, BKO.
Why should they step aside?
Why? Why?
This is the height of. This is. It has reached a point now that even so-called CSOs get used easily by politicians.
Yeah.
There's a desire to kick Akpabio out of his job because they believe that he's the stabilizer of this regime.
Yes, so loyal to the president.
So, look, in that election, I remember that election. I played the big part in even getting security men to go and rescue core members who were held. So they can't tell me anything about the election. Akpabio won only one local government in his entire senatorial district, and it's Tr0ùbł, where he comes from.
Yeah, that's his.
So somebody lost an election by a huge margin. It was a rout against him. He did not get into the Senate, on account of that election. You are now saying that 8 years after, or how many years after? 4 years after the election that was conducted, 4 years after that he won, he should now give up his seat.
It's stupid.
What kind of, how do our people, what is going on in our country? He won only one local government. He lost. Akpabio defeated him hands down.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Akpabio got the chance to use, to exercise his mandate. He didn't win. If he had won now, you could say, okay, he benefited from electoral fraud. Many people benefit from electoral fraud.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In our country, and they get by. In this case, that guy wanted to rig. He didn't even succeed in rigging.
Okay.
Because the then wreck, this our friend, the activist, Igini stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah.
Igini, all the form EC8A, where they write results.
Yeah.
Igini asterisked every form that came out of his office. I've never seen a wreck like Igini. He's a national hero, somebody that we should actually give a position. But in a country where we don't value the truth, they made sure that Igini was not elevated to national commissioner. It's a terrible thing that we do to good people in our country.
Oh, yeah.
Igini asterisked every form where election result is imputed. So if you bring any other result, because people are fond of cloning INEX documents, despite their efforts to make it difficult, people will clone and then sell to politicians. So politicians will now write fake results. Igini made sure that it didn't happen under his watch. Because once he checks his own initial, his signature was not there, it's a nullity.
Yeah.
So rigging didn't take place. Igini didn't permit the rigging to take place. Now, for the effort that person made to rig, they put him in
Islam.
They put him on trial. So rigging didn't even take place. Technically speaking, rigging did not take place because Guinea did not permit the rigging to take place. So you can't even say that the man benefited from rigging. He lost. So if he had gotten into the National Assembly, we could say yes. With what we had, yes, he benefited from rigging. He did it. He won only one local government. He was well defeated, and he contested it in the tribunal. He also lost.
Yeah.
So how do you then say that, okay, many years down the line, he should step aside? Every little thing, somebody complains about something, you say he should step aside. Bukola Saraki, he was going to court. Every time he's going to court, they will shut down the Senate. He will go to court. He opened his mouth to say somebody should step aside. When you were on trial, the Code of Conduct Tribunal, did you step aside?
Okay.
I mean, what's going on?
He will go for the Code of Conduct Bureau and then
they will follow him to the place.
And then back to
the place to go and preside again. He didn't step down.
Yeah.
And that's the person put on trial. Now somebody makes an allegation that nobody...
with no evidence.
No evidence. We've been appealing to her, bring your evidence. Bring a voice note where the man is toasting you. Bring evidence, you are not bringing evidence. And you are saying to step aside.
Different kinds of narration to say, look. And we are now said that, look, if Professor Wike is telling us this, bring the evidence. And you see, one thing we have to look at is that whether we like a public official or not,
yeah,
we must be committed to the truth.
We must be committed to the truth.
Fair.
And we have to be, because when you are looking at fairness,
yeah,
the fairness must involve everybody.
This issue that transpired between the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Professor Peter Obang, a returning officer since the 2019 senatorial election in Akwa Ibom State, should serve as a big lesson for those who want to mess with the porridge. They should be ready to mortgage their reputation and those of their family. You see, a lot of persons may think, well, 2019, it's all in the past, that they will sweep it under the carpet. We all saw what happened. This particular, person had rigged the election in favor of Senator Godswill Akpabio, who was seeking a re-election for the Akwa Ibom North-West Senatorial District on February 23rd, 2019. And in a rare display of resolve and courage and patriotism, the resident electoral commissioner in Akwa Ibom, Mike, who led the INEC in conducting the election, not only thwarted efforts to overturn the election, but he also put Professor Peter, in the dock. So you can see a lot of persons are calling for Akpabio to step down, that he should step down. Now, Peter has already faced his own music. They are calling for Senator Godswill Akpabio to come and face his own music. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comments section. Thank you.